We were given 6 social issues and told we could look at any one or all of them together.
We wanted to ask ourselves which was the most important, but we couldn't give one cohesive answer.
So we went out to ask people.
We decided to let the research lead us, and this is what happened. We have been given these 6 topics, and we need to find out which is important to people, which matters the most to you.
Which of these affects your life the most on the day-to-day?
Gender equality, social mobility, food security, social housing, well-being, community resilience, yeah.
That's a very hard one.
Yeah. Gender equality.
Social housing.
Gender equality.
Inner well-being.
Community resilience.
Social mobility.
Well-being.
Social housing.
It's gender equality.
I think well-being.
Well-being. Food security.
Social housing.
Gender equality. Yeah.
Community resilience.
A sense of community. I guess community resilience by the book.
And why?
Because I think who you surround yourself with in the community is really important.
I tried to apply for I gave up applying for it actually because I don't feel to get it.
Yeah.
I've been trying for more than 10 years now.
Now you look, the 3 most powerful women arguably in the Western world, Angela Merkel, Theresa May, a woman. The most powerful office in the world will be held by a woman, which I think is fantastic. But I do still feel, to a degree, that in the workplace, women aren't given perhaps as many opportunities as men.
I don't see any social sense whatsoever about the population of London. So I put up with the antisocial nature. You'll find things like that lying in the street and people will walk around them.
Well, if you've got stresses generated from all those areas, then you're going to have a very unhealthy community.
I think they need to give a bit more, understand about homeless a bit more.
We work too much. We don't have time for the family.
If you feel well about in general about your life and so on, I think most of the other things follow.
So I'm kind of passionate about women getting equal chances and earning the same and being treated the same.
And I think that society right now should be more caring about well-being of everyone and more the sense of community. I think that even though we have Facebook and everything,
yeah,
we are losing that sense of, we should care about.
Because I feel like the other issues could be addressed with community resilience. If the community comes together, they can address the other issues better.
In terms of the responses we've had so far, what are you thinking?
We've had some surprising responses. I did not expect community resilience and I did not expect well-being to be up there, yet it makes total sense that they are. We've had a really wide variety, but I think there has been a kind of current underlying theme of the fact that we are in a society where it can feel a bit like it's each for their own, where there isn't really a connectedness that joins us all together. That is something that can be really interesting to further, because London's such a big community, but is it really a community? Where do we feel that or do we not? And we're sitting in the station right now, and people just pass through. This isn't a community, and that is something we could ask people, and we could see how they are finding it, and whether the community itself affects the other factors we've been looking at.
I think something that's interesting as well is when we initially did this project, we wanted to walk from Bloomsbury to Camden and see if there was a shifting in opinions. But obviously what we didn't think about is, because it's London, no one is where they live, no one is standing outside their house or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that sort of tells us 2 things. One, that we probably won't get a story shifting from one place to another, and that's fine. But more interestingly, that no one spends their day in their community, which again goes against that community resilience. And it seems that all the points we've had about well-being have all been about having to come into work in the city and having a bad work-life balance, which again plays into the community resilience thing, because you're not part of the community, you're just you stuck on a tube by yourself but surrounded by people. Right, so Leone just had an idea and she's going to talk to you about it. And I'm going to join her.
Basically, we have been realising that all the people we've been talking to so far and the way we've been approaching this project has had a slightly negative kind of angle on it. We asked people what we thought the biggest issue was in the community.
Which of these do you think affects your day-to-day life the most? take it
In like
positively.
negatively?
Yes, just has the biggest impact on this. It could be positive. We said to her, which of these issues affects your life the most? And she said positively or negatively. Which seems like such an obvious question to ask, but
Like blindingly obvious. Like blindingly obvious.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just put a whole. We've had so many opinions. We've met so many people. Yeah, it feels like this is just opening new doors.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were wondering if you think if well-being and the community improved, would these improve?
I believe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think community is like important to all those things.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We need to take care of each other.
So if we improve well-being, and I think everything else.
Well-being.
Yeah, I think everything else improves.
You would like to hope it would.
Yeah. If people begin to look after themselves, look after each other, then everything else I think comes hand in hand.
This solidified our realization that although presented as 6 issues, they weren't always seen as such.
It was interesting to see that some were mentioned more than others, but also that people could see some in a positive light.
People really did feel that if community resilience and well-being improved, the other issues, and society as a whole, would follow.
So above all else, while people felt community resilience was the biggest issue, they also felt that it could be the strongest solution.